A warm welcome to everyone. This is Vijayaramuprawin from Department of Mechanical Engineering. Currently now I'm pursuing my bachelor degrees in Coimbatore Institute of Technology. And today I'm going to present on topic of principle of working parts and a tool of a Capstan Turret lathe. And here is a short intro about the topic. Capstan Turret lathes are production lathes used for producing a large number of identical parts in a minimum required time. These lathes are different from the engine lathes in following respects. Engine lathe is nothing but conventional lathes. They do not have a tailstock. The workpiece is supported by headstock and alone. They carry much large number and variety of tools than the engine lathe. More than one tool may be set to operate simultaneously in these lathes. These are the essential features of a capstan or turret lathe. It must contain a spindle, headstock, a carriage, rear tool post, and a cross slide or ram, uh, hexagonal turret, square tool post on the cross slide. We will discuss further about this parts in the upcoming slides. Yeah, here's the capstan lathe. Uh, in semi-automatic lathes, machining operations are done automatically. Uh, automatically, functions are other than the machining, like loading, unloading of a job, positioning of coolant operations are done manually. The turret head is mounted on the ram fitted to with the turret slides longitudinally on the saddle. The turret head is a hexagonal block having six faces with a bore for mounting or six or more than six tools at a time. The threaded hole on these faces is used to hold these tools. The turret is generally hexagonal but may also be square or round. This type of machine is lighter in construction and is suitable for machining up to bars of 60 in diameter. More than one tool may be mounted on the same face on the turret, making it possible to machine uh, more uh, quickly. The saddle itself is mounted on the bed in the capstan net. And here's the parts of the capstan net. This is the headstock, which consists of pulleys and belt setup, and converts it is a rotational part, and it comes along with the work holding device, and the workpiece is mounted in the headstock. And there is a bed and the various parts such as feed box, carriage, tool post, hexagonal turret saddle for ram lead. These are all mounted on the bed of the lathe, and the lead screw ram. This gives movement for this controls the movement for turret and saddle on the mounted on the lathe. And coming to the turret lathe, the tool turret is mounted directly on the saddle, and the feed is given by moving the entire unit. The turret lathe can thus operate under a more severe condition, accommodating heavier workpieces with higher cutting speeds, feeds, and depth of cut. Turret lathes are capable of turning up to 200 diameter using college as well as handling irregular jobs like castings, forgings with chucks. Whereas capstan lathe is capable of turning up to 60 diameter. Here we can turn up to 200 diameter. Some turret lathes are equipped with crosswise movement of hexagonal tool turret by hand or power. So we can move longitudinally as well as crosswise direction. Turret machines provided with so-called side hung type of carriage do not require any support from the rear side of the bed. So here's the schematic diagram of a turret lathe. It contains a headstock and a bed similar to the capstan lathe, and a tool post, carriage, etc. are mounted on this bed, and a square turret cross slide is mounted in between the hexagonal turret and the headstock. Both the hexagonal turret and the square turret are in the cross slide is movable, and headstock is fixed. The feed rod, a lead screw, this control the movement of the turret and cross lead. Here's the tools and tooling principles of the Capstan lathe are six types are classified into six types. A box type tool holder, which consists of adjustment screws. We can fix the tool to the port and tighten by help of these screws. Yeah, flanged tool holders, which have a hollow flange inside the work holding, and the adjustable turning head, which we can turn in turn with the help of pivot provided there, and a threading die head, which consists of a thread, and the tool will be fixed to the uh, tool holder with the help of thread, and a quick acting slide tool holder. Here the tool is fixed with the boring bar with a single point tool, and the quick acting sliders we can fix easily to the tool. And here the are some information about the workpiece is held in collets or chucks, which are actuated hydraulically or can be pneumatically. All the needed tools are held in the respective holes on the turret head. According to the sequence of operation, the tool is moved with the help of turret head. Drilling, turning, reaming, threading tools are mounted on the turret head, as we saw before in the both the turret and capstan lathes. Coming to the feeding mechanism, which is bar feeding mechanism here. In the bar feeding mechanism, the bar is pushed after the chuck is released without the stopping the lathe machine. We use this mechanism for minimizing the setting time. The bar is passed through the pedestal bushing and the bar holding chuck, a headstock spindle, and the collet chuck. The collet chuck is screwed on the headstock spindle and holding the feed bar, and also helps the bar to rotate as per the spindle speed. The bar holding chuck rotates within the sliding block, the rotation of feeding bar. Also, you can see a rope and a dead weight in this mechanism. One side of this rope is attached with the sliding block with the help of pin, and another side of the rope passes through different type of pulleys, then connecting with the dead weight at its end. So now when the collet chuck released by the lever, the dead weight tends to move in the downward direction. Due to this, it exerts thrust on the bar holding the chuck and the feed bars until it touches the workshop. As we already have seen, the capstan lathe is best for types of jobs. That's why the generally seeing bar feeding mechanism on capstan lathe. So here are some difference between the turret lathe machine and the capstan lathe machine. In the capstan lathe, the turret tool head is mounted over the ram that is mounted over the saddle, whereas in turret's lathe, the turret tool head is mounted over the saddle like a single unit. And in capstan lathe, for providing feed to the tool, a ram is moved, whereas in the turret lathe, for providing feed to the tool, a saddle is moved. In the capstan lathe is a lightweight machine, whereas the turret lathe machine is also a lightweight machine. The turret head cannot be moved in the lateral direction of the bed. The turret head can be moved crossways, that is in a lateral direction of the bed in some turret lathes. In capstan lathe, the collet is used to gripping the job. In turret lathe, the power jaw chuck is used to grip the job. In the capstan lathe is usually horizontal lathes. Turret lathes are available in horizontal and in vertical direction. Because of no saddle displacement, movement of turret tool head over the longitudinal direction of bed is small along with the ram. Whereas in turret lathe, the turret tool head moves along with the saddle over the entire bed in the longitudinal direction. For indexing the turret tool head, the hand wheel of the ram is reversed and the turret tool indexed automatically. For indexing turret tool head, a turret is rotated manually after releasing the clamping lever. In the capstan lathe, working operations are faster because of the lighter in construction. And turret lathe working operations are slower because in heavier constructions. Capstan lathe is used for shorter workpiece because of limited ram movement, whereas turret lathe is used for longer workpiece because of saddle movement along the bed. In the capstan lathe, it is used for machining workpiece up to 60 diameter. As we saw before, the turret lathe is capable of machining 200 mm in diameter. Heavy cuts on the workpiece cannot be given because of its non-rigid construction of capstan lathe. Because of its heavy cut can be given on the workpiece uh, on the turret machine because it is built very rigid. So here are the advantages of capstan and turret lathe over some conventional lathe. The rate of production is higher when compared to the conventional lathe. Different ranges of speeds are obtained. A number of tools can be accommodated with the help of turret tool head. Chucking of larger workpieces can be done in this type of lathes. Operators of less skill are required, hence the lowest the labor cost. Higher rigidity so can withstand heavy loads. Thank you for giving this opportunity.